we're live. Fantastic. Thanks very much for coming along or watching the replay. In this stream today, what are we doing? I am going to start recording on my camera. Start that. I've got another record of this. So I have been just touching up this painting. I've got a exhibition I want to do later in the year. Let me just turn this other sound off. One sec, sorry. That's better. Just a bit of an echo going on there. So I have want to enter well, it's not. I'm not entering an art exhibition. I'm putting one on. So there's this gallery available from the local council, and the artists are able to exhibit there for free, which is fantastic. And so that's what I'm going to do. And I need to pull together a dozen paintings for it. So I've just finished a painting, Dances in the Dark. That's great, and I'm pulling out some ones that I had previously done, and just giving them a little bit of a touch up. Let me just bring up the reference photo for this one. There's the original reference photo, and come quite a nice painting. So I didn't bother with the get the couples, the other couples dancing in the background. That was too busy, but I do tend to have this sort of dancing light effect I do on my paintings, and probably just make that one a little bright. So I'm just going to do a little bit of adjustment on that, and then I'm going to switch to the next picture. So let's just soften this down a bit because it's a bit much for me. Lost a little bit of turquoise in, and at one stage I stepped back from the painting and I could see a face. It was like, oh my goodness, that's a shame. I'd put some marks on the paper, and now once I could see the face, couldn't unsee it. I want to soften this up a bit. Is the beauty of hands that can, or pastel really as a medium. The softness that wobbly on my board at the moment because getting ready to rip this one off, and next one leave that bit of turquoise in. Dancing dots. Got it. Thing with painting is when to stop. And am I happy with it? Is it ready for framing? I think it's as good as it's going to get. This is just stuck on with some artist tape. Try and gently. Artist tape's quite good in that. Normally it doesn't cause any damage to your. Normally, doesn't cause any damage to the backing. Something. Just have we look. Here is my knife. Here we go. Let's peel on this one. Yep. Okay. Hooray. Just pop him here. Thankfully I've got a long cord on my microphone. Okay. So I want to have a look at this painting. And see if I can do anything with this. So this is a few years old. And it's taking it off the wall. And it slipped. It slipped and fell down the wall. And that was a sad moment. Because it got some serious damage. And I'm going to see if I can do any rescuing off it. Not sure that I can. It's okay if a piece these were practice pieces. You know, it's just learning. So well, I was very proud of the piece when I did it, because it was one of the first pieces I did where as I was painting this, I thought, well, I just don't know what I'm doing. And just kept at it, and it came together. It was fantastic. Just got to, oh, hi to whoever. Hi, Donna. Fantastic. I just got to adjust my light here a bit. Been down a bit too much for me. It's gonna blow out the whites on the picture, unfortunately. How are you, Donna? I am trying to rescue some paintings. As I was saying, this one went for a bit of a tumble. That was a moment. I say that was a moment. We have them sometimes. Every artist is a moment when something gets knocked over or spilt, and what can you do? You just sigh. But I was particularly happy with this one at the time. Interesting looking at it now. I had done a bit of a wash, as I do. And I don't have the reference photo anymore for this one, so but we'll just have to make it up as we go. I am okay with doing that. I want to fix this wool though, which looks very white to me. That's it. Oh, it's so easy to fix. Who knew? I quite like the rough edges where that was a gouache, a very wet gouache that I did on the painting, and I'm quite happy for that to just stay there once it's framed. I think that's the charm of this particular picture. You have to crack out some yeah, I can see the sort of marks I've made, and quite an experience actually going back over your old work and deciding whether it was any good or not. Get that, put out that floor again. I didn't did I use pan pastels? I don't think I used pan pastels in this picture at all. This was all stick work and pencil. So it's quite funny to see it again. Yes, it was nice. Thank you. Thank you, Donna. That's very kind of you to say. She's a pretty girl, and I love how she's going for a wee spin. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit because you probably won't see this otherwise. Cameras. So I want to fix up. So the light is hitting this wall, running down here, and I want her hand is to blur into that wall with the light. It's totally good. And I'm just I'm a pan pastel person these days. Oh, of course, I start doing a bit that you can't see me doing. Uh, old sort of stonework, the warmth in there. And you didn't catch it, what I said before, I had dropped this painting. It was a sad little moment in my life. And so it needs some repair, which is apart from wanting to just go back on some of these pictures and see, is there anything I'd do differently? Actually pretty happy with the what are the marks I've made on this one. So it's just going to be little touch-ups. Try and go as gently as possible. I'll move on to the next one. So I've got a box. My box of shame. The box of shame. The box of shame is all the artwork that I did as I was learning. And there really shouldn't be any shame to it at all because you don't really know when you start off what you don't know. And unless you get on and do something, you'll never do anything. And get the lightest bits of. But anyway, the box of shame. So I got to finish one story before I start another one. So the all my artwork ends up in this great big box, and it just sits there. And so I thought, well, what if I could pull them out and just make them a little. I mean, they're just gonna, they're rubbish, right? They're just, once it's done, if you haven't given it to someone, if it's not on the wall, it's just hidden away. It's really just kind of wasteful. And so if I pull them out and I can sort of reinvigorate them or make them any better than what they were, that's going to be fantastic. Maybe too a little bit on her arm. Just the lightest little bits of. I mean, let me see if I can zoom right in for that. What I just did. So on her arm here, I've just got a little bit more reflection from her dress, and then. And then the same just coming up in here a little bit. And of course, now it's zoomed in, it looks like it's a lot, but it's just a little bit. So, and her hair is fine. So let's get her here. I do that. Oops. Cameraman. I am all over the place. There you go. So I'm very happy with the hair, and I can see this is looking great. The shape here, buttons are fine. Lovely bit of bright yellow green in there. I think the only part I need to fix is I'll just run around the frame of this picture. Zoom out again. We tilt this thing. I think I need to do a little bit of work up here, and just in here where her feet are. So let's just zoom into that spot. I'm doing. And maybe a little bit around the right head. So this is just need that. Not to do with pens. I think it was a marble floor she's running across. If it's going to work. So there's kind of that light is catching it. And because I don't recall the method I did for for painting this. I said it was pre-Pan Pastel. It's just a little tricky to work out what I'm doing, but let's see what's the just need to fix up around that wall too. Okay. Use this green for shadows. Seems to work okay. Oops. Now I'm out of shot again. Just have to and get the whole thing in shot. I'll zoom it in post. There we go. That's one of my wife's paintings, by the way, just over here. One of her early paintings. But she doesn't paint anymore. Shame. Very good. Fix. Bothering me. Yeah, so I was having a look in the box to go, well, what else could I be in the exhibition? And I've got some ballet dancers. I did. So bring them out, but I think there's only one of them that I'm actually going to exhibit. Green. There's actually not that much that I really need to fix on this. The smears, they definitely needed fixing. And once they were done, a bit heavy-handed. Always one which is away on me. Maybe gotta soften that up. A little bit more reflection. And want a little bit of bits of turquoise. I may need to use a pencil for that. This girl took a lot of time to paint. She really was lovely to do, though. That looks a bit messy down there. You don't look, you won't find. Now that I started looking, I'm finding what ochre. Marble's got such a soft, a surface that's so hard. The way the light plays on it, it's quite amazing. Like her leg, arm. Tiny wee bits. Got light sparking off here, so it's actually not bad. Shouldn't really be running around doing self-congratulations, but it's an interesting painting. And I think things don't have to be perfect, right? Unless it's coffee. And unless it's coffee, that needs to be perfect. But a painting, it just needs to be interesting to draw you into it. Yeah, you know what? I think I'll put this into the I will put this into the exhibition. Now, let me just put a cover over this, and I'll pull out another painting. So, one sec. I just got to untangle myself from cables. Grab some glassine in the background here. Cover that one. And we'll take this off the, pop this off. I've got to go talk to a man about framing today. And I'm looking at a particular type of glass, non-reflective art glass. So let's pull out, I'll show you one of the, let's pop this girl up. Lady, she is. I think this one is gonna go in the exhibition. You tell me whether you think it's worthy. So this is done in 22. And this is foam board I'm sticking them on. It's got a nice pressure. Bit of a mark there. I'll try and tidy the painting up first. See if there's anything that I need to... This is quite dirty. This was the start of the pan pastel era. And probably this was the first painting I did with pan pastels that felt how did it feel? It felt like I'd done something different. That's how it felt. Clean one. Trust those other ones. Blend you in. What could I do differently with here? I'm happy with... So this has been lying on another painting, or something's blended in a little bit with it. A bug. Nope. It's picked up some green up here, and I'm totally good with that. Like, wow, yeah, that works for me. And it's got the energy. Your face is a bit overworked. That's a bit of a problem. And I had done a magenta on this side of her, and violet background on the other, with this sort of looking through a prism, I guess. She's quite pretty. I'm a bit reluctant to do too much to her. Scott Squires, thank you very much. That's a very kind comment. There. Okay. Deal with that later. Let me just step back and have a look at this one. So I'll zoom in a little bit for you, see if I can do some camera work as well. I may we do that. You can see the green that's transferred up here. I'm totally good with that. Her face was a it just looks a little heavily made up and not enough contrast. I'm very happy around her ear. Her neck, I'd probably do a bit of turquoise actually these days. See if I can... It was a very small face. Oop, I always go the wrong way. So, here we go. So her might tone that down a little bit. It's not too ochre for me. And want that to be more shadowy. Now, this was based off a remarkable set of photographs. The New York Dance Project, I think it's called. And the photographers were amazing. And they got all these male and female dancers. And put them in the most incredible clothing. And would get them to flip up their dresses, and so they got this movement going. And I loved it. It's just exquisite. Really did something special. That kind of dirties it a bit. Get the smallest bits of colour. Yeah. And not that here. Blend in more into shadow off your neck. And looking for a colour. Am I looking for ochre, dark ochre? No. Shut up while I concentrate a little bit. I'm thinking too hard. Do. Okay, so it's just alright. Knock it back. Wish I still had the reference photo for this one. Would be nice. On her skin. A little bits orange there. Let's accentuate that. I really like doing tiny faces. Easy to get caught up in the minutiae. Say that word. Say it, I probably can't spell it. and get a bit lost. And I'm just trying to go over stuff that normally I wouldn't touch. It's like, oh, the painting's done, you know, put everything away. But I do want to just see if there's something I can do. Make these a little bit better. Might not be able to, I might ruin them. AKT. Because not willing to be brave, you might as well go home. Something like that. Let me check the comments. No more comments, that's okay. What is going on? Got a little bit of turquoise. I want a little bit more turquoise. Hey, get some pops. Okay. Are very small marks, but okay with that. So I think this one I will put a what do you call them? A mat board on. I'm not going to do that for all of them. Standing here looking at my own painting. Let me just zoom out so get the thing in context. Something like that. There we go. Full picture. So there's plenty of movement. Just fix up a little bit on her dress though. Not too messy. You know, when I first started doing this painting, the strokes would take me ages to put a stroke down, and it was sort of like, oh, I'm not sure. And I lost that fear. Not as much fear. There's still fear. As much. And in this one, seeing as I don't know, I don't have the reference anymore, I can just do whatever I want, I guess, on it. Or orange. Lines. Lines in there. Going up. Nice. Cool. I'll leave that spray effect. Good with that. Put a little bit of reflection down there on the ground though. So that's 2 pieces done. I think I'm going to call that one done. Stand back and have a look. I'm going to change the lights up here. It's a bit better for you to see. Just something a little bit more is missing on her face. See this wretched zooming in nonsense again. I need something else is missing. Get my light, can't quite see properly. If her cheek is pretty bad. Just looks a bit flat to me. Some little spots of colour. Break up the boringness. It's a bright white right on top. swings around. Careful I don't mess up too much. Going underneath. But I am wanting just a bit more light. I think I don't mind these bits of orange at all. Actually, go back a bit darker. Definition there. As I said, I do not like fiddly little faces. Most of my portraits, the faces sort of big as her dress. But I'm happy with the little bits of turquoise that I've managed to sneak in. And just give it something that I like. Zoom out again. I think she's done. We're going to call her done, and she's going to go in the exhibition. We got time for another one? Oh, we've done an hour. So next week I'll aim to have another 2 paintings done, and it will be a bit fiddly on the stream as I just try and get these. I'll leave here on the. I'll just leave here on my easel for. Might end up doing a little bit about her dress there. I'm not sure. I need more of that out. Yeah, I like it up there. Turquoise works. Her neck's way better than what I had it before. You might not think so, but I do. So I'm happy with that. I'm happier with her face. Actually, I'm pretty good. And this was a painting that did have some damage to it. And I think if there's any lesson in this episode is don't worry. That's all part of the art journey as well. So if there's if something happens, so in this one, let's just try and zoom in again so you can really see what I'm talking about. So when I did this painting, I did not have these marks here. I had these beautiful managed to somehow work out how to get this sense of motion of her leg lifting up, and the painting probably dropped off the wall, and somehow this has splattered up, and being pastel, which is normally you have it under glass to protect it. But I'm okay with that. I just think it just gives some extra energy to her. I'm okay. We'll see if someone buys it. That'll be the interesting thing, whether there's someone who wants this on their wall, and there may not be. It may go back in the box of shame, and that's okay too. I'll put something else in the frame, and that'll be okay. But for now, I'm gonna call it a wrap, and thanks to all who it's like 29 came in for the stream. That's fantastic. Let's be a record. Let's be a holiday or something for so many to join in. I really appreciate your company and coming on this art journey with me. And I stream the same time each week and waffle away, so you're welcome to come and join me. But for now, have a great week, and hope to see you again. Bye for now.